This video is going to show you solo GM with a OP rocket scout rifle build. Have this video serve up as a follow-up to yesterday's video and showing you that in a full run, in a GM, in action. The weapon that was centered around is this weapon here, which is in fact a rocket scout rifle. Yes, it's a primary weapon, but it's also a rocket-based weapon. And I'm going to read out the text to prove it to you that it actually is that. It's also a primary weapon. We're not daft lads. We know it's RPM 150. We know it's high impact frame. But it is also a rocket-based weapon. It takes advantage of rocket-based damage. Not only that, there is micro rocket stacking in this game to improve the trait that it has. Let's read it. Exhaustive research, aiming down sights at a target for a short time loads a more powerful homing micro rocket. Enhancement improves perk damage. So if you get the enhancement, which starts at tier 4 or 3 or whatever, it then goes up, right? Let's read out what it does. Destiny 2 compendium text here. While ADS near an enemy within 60 meters loads up a micro rocket over 1 second, takes 1 second to proc. Micro rocket replaces a regular bullet, releasing a weapon matching tracking missile. It matches the element. That deals up to so much explosive damage over so many meters. Incurs a 5-second cooldown after firing a missile before it is able to load another rocket. Rocket damage is improved. Damage seems to vary, ? Which that is exactly true. The reason why the damage varies is because the exhaustive research micro tracking rocket can be buffed via the traits on your gun. For example, Redirection, I believe right now, is the most powerful primary trait in the game right now, as far as I'm aware. Because it stacks up to 30 and the way it deals damage to powerful patterns, it stacks with the micro tracking rocket and temporal blast. So you can basically stack and build in for the rocket. It gets more than that. Next, you can build for a high weapon stat to buff the rocket even more on top of your base damage from the primary. So I'm rocking a 174 weapon stat. I'm getting 15% damage plus 11.1% for the primary damage. Yeah. Plus, we're getting the new gear bonus, that states here. And on top of all of that, I've used Hazardous Propulsion. Hazardous Propulsion is a rocket build, takes advantage of kinetic Exodus rockets, but it also improves all rocket damage. And I can confirm that this also buffs the micro rocket. So do you now see the build? This is a rocket, scout rocket. There's only a 5-second penalty. That's a short cooldown. You can use the rocket, fire 3 bullets, use the rocket, fire 3 or 4 bullets, use the rocket. You can really strategize with this, but you need redirection on it. Explosive payload does not work properly with it. Precision instrument works with it a little bit, but it's nowhere near as good as redirection. That is what's making this scout so much more powerful than the rest of the Kevlar weapons. Like if we take, for example, the pulse rifle, it's got frenzy, it's got elemental honing as well. Frenzy will buff the rocket. Frenzy will buff it, but it's not going to buff it like what redirection does, right? It's not going to do the same thing. So I hope you understand now what's exactly going on with the scout, because I have really just explained it to you in full in-depth information there. And like I say, you can make builds around it, etc. So, yeah, that's that. Let's go into the build. Thunder Crash, Rally Barricade, Seismic Strike, Pulse Grenade, Aspects of Storm's Keep, Knockout. Fragments aspect of Resistance, Shock, Focus and Frequency. Pairing that with Hazardous Propulsion, as I've just told you. I'm going to keep getting precision hits behind my class ability, behind my barricade. Keep doing the rockets, keep getting the rocket buff, keep getting damage for this weapon, which is OP. Here's the armor mods. I'll give you a dim link. Other weapons I'm using Lionfish because there's Overload Champions in this. I'm going to go over the card in a minute. But people are saying, well, I can just use Retrograde. Well, yeah, you can. You could use Retrograde and this. Look at that. You could do both. But I've got Overload Champions to consider, and I didn't want to use Retrograde in this run because I want to showcase this weapon off the most in the run. So I just put on a utility chill clip weapon that's basically Riptide. Same for this. Kill and Tally will buff the micro rocket. If you have Kill and Tally ×3, then you use the micro rocket, you get the damage bonus with it, and then you got Temporal Blast as well. So the machine gun also does some weird stuff as well. Yeah, like I've explained. Artifact mods. What we got? Shield Crush. Elemental Overdrive is nice because it's going to buff the Scout. That's another damage bonus. I'm going to get even more damage because of this. When I pick up an Ionic Trace, I get more damage. I've got Elemental Daze on, Elemental Coalescence. I've got this on for the LMGs. Discount for Scavs. Frost Renewal, one with Frost for the LMG. Barrier Scout on, of course. With high weapon stat, high class ability. Pump that weapon stat up as much as possible. Forget about the rest of your stats. You don't need them. You just need high weapon stat, high class. Go to 200 weapon stat if you can, for sure. You know, obviously I'm running TechSec as well, which is nice. So the GM that I'm doing, that I've chose, is a daily GM Conquest Delve. Well, it's not Conquest. If it was, I would like to do Conquest, but I can't. Here's the card I ran. Difficult Void Threat. Hot Step. I ran some Beans as well. And finally, we run this mod here. This is a 2.5 multiplier to precision hits. This doesn't need to go on. If I don't run this, I'm still going to destroy with the Scout Rifle. But I'm going to destroy even more. This will stack with all the damage I mentioned, even more so than, you know, what it was. When hypercritical is up, run it on your cards. It's if you're running this Scout, run this, or you know, other crit weapons as well. But yeah, that was the card. I'm using Battleground Delve with the GM, on with the run. Okay, so on with that all-important run and showing off moment-to-moment gameplay of how this Rocket Scout Rifle exactly works and how you can strategize your buffs to one-bang champs, melt bosses incredibly fast, and just, you know, keep going from there. So redirection ×6 ×8, you can see I'm getting 2 stacks for a red bar each. So what I'm going to do is just start working on that. I've got some orbs here so I can double dip into a bit of arc weapon surge to increase my damage. I just body shot these ads. You can just body them, look. Yeah, it does incredible damage. It does as well when you scale it up. When you do -40 power under card, you will still do incredible damage. I've tested it. But in this run, we're showing it off best possible light. Watch this. I'm going to melt this boss. Excess rockets. Temporal blast. Mini rocket. Look at the debuff of the micro rocket. Look at that. We've nearly killed the boss. You're not even meant to kill him. Nearly killed him. Sent him away immediately. By the way, the ADS scope mechanic shows you the micro rocket. I'm going to point it out again when I do it. Going to use a bit of lionfish here. Just get rid of some of these ads. I've got rid of the boss, which is nice. What my redirection stacks ×4. So I'm going to get a barricade down here. The champ hasn't spawned in yet. Excess rockets are doing incredible damage as well. Really good damage. Here we go, champ. Micro rocket goes in. Boom, there's the champ gone. That's not even 30 stacks of redirection. I only had 4. Did you see it? Did you see how quick that champ... So there you go. You're still going to do incredible amounts of damage whether you've got 30 stacks of redirection or not. During times of this run, I didn't always have 30 stacks. Sometimes I have 5 stacks, 6 stacks, whatever it might be. We're going to get rid of this servitor though. Get a barricade down here. Champ first. Champ, look at the melt. Look at the destroy. So yeah, this is moment to moment showing you of the gameplay. Yesterday's video, whilst it was very short, it did show you the clips, but yesterday's video didn't show you a full playthrough of the weapon. This video is serving that as a purpose. Yeah, because there were some people that believed us on the Scout. Some people still are in denial and don't believe me about it. That's all right though. We can have our people who are critical of me. That's all right. This video is showing you it moment to moment, it working. Now, if conquests were repeatable right now, I would have went and ran the conquest. But I can't run this conquest back until Bungie makes it repeatable, which will not be till Ash and Iron. Which that's what I would have done. But that's alright. This video is serving a purpose. It's serving a good purpose. Watch this one. Watch this. Look at that. Ship turrets are immediately destroyed because of the damage bonus with the micro rocket. And then we melt down a champ there. Yeah, he was defeated. I thought he TP'd. Next champ, I'll play a bit more aggressive here. Immediately kill that champ there as well. Whip out the machine gun. The machine gun's very good as well. When we get kill and tally ×3, just pre-aim down sights again to get your micro rocket, and that will also one-bang champs, almost, at this level. It would do sizable damage to pretty much any target, because kill and tally also stacks with the micro rocket. This stasis machine gun, like I said 2-3 days ago, is very powerful in the game because you get frost armor from it. It's a very good, strong LMG. Get a kill and tally one. That's the one that you want. Because you can use kill and tally for single target damage in things like this against ultras, yellow bars, champs, and it melts red bars. And that's exactly what we want from this machine gun. Lionfish is also really good for moment-to-moment gameplay. I used Temporal Loader on it, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have just ran Temporal Blast. But I was told that you should run Temporal Loader on chill clip weapons. And that's not true. You don't need it. Just to run Temporal Blast. See? So I was baited by that, by a video. Somebody said, run Temporal Loader. You don't need it. But at least I've told you that you don't need it. Temporal Blast is so damn powerful in the game that you should only ever run that mod until Bungie adjusts it. Watch this damage here against these shanks. Heavy shanks, may I add. Melt one down. One's bodied. We get weak here. Barricade is not up just quite yet. I start to play a bit more passive. Barricade is up. Excess rockets. Melt the servitor. He's an ultra. He's an ultra. Melted quick. There we go. Our captains. Get rid of them. Bear in mind we blind them with TechSec as well. Look at that. Destroy. This weapon only gets better the more adds are tanky. Yeah, it really does. I will tell you this though. It will not out-damage Outbreak Perfected. Over the course of a minute or 30 seconds, Outbreak's going to do more damage than this scout, right? But on the short-term basis, for burst damage, this scout will do more burst damage than Outbreak. When I talk about burst damage, I'm talking champ damage. This weapon will do better damage than Outbreak against a barrier champ on the 5-second short-term basis. But if you're talking 30 seconds against a boss, well, no. Outbreak's going to do more damage, yes, over the long term. Because Redirection gets lost on an ultra. You get 30 stacks and it consumes the stacks. Look at this. Look at this. These two servitors in mid just destroy them immediately. But you can really strategize your redirections, because if you've got a load of red bars and then there's a big boss in middle, kill all the red bars, get redirection times 30, then hit the boss. So think of it as an OP kinetic tremors, but it's done immediately. 2 Cyclopses spawn in mid. Let's get rid of them. One of the Cyclops. I'll just T-crash here. I'm just using T-crash because I'm just using T-crash. I don't need fists on. Not for this. I want to showcase the Scout and the LMG in this run. But yeah, the micro rocket mechanic is shown you visually on the Scout, on the scope. There's a little bar on the scope. Take note. When that bar fills to blue, your micro rocket is charged. 5 seconds is a short space of time. Look at that, barrier champ gets melted. 5 seconds is a short space of time in combat. So over the course of a 20-minute GM, you're going to be able to fire a lot of micro rockets. This is a big deal. This is probably the best trait. This is the best origin trait that Bungie's ever made, in my opinion. There's not one single better origin trait than this. The Kevlar weapons, I mean, it's because of the interaction. But Bungie are not aware of this interaction right now. They're not aware of it. So get it used now before they are aware of it. Because what they'll end up doing is just reducing the redirection interaction with the micro rocket. If they see this and they say, right, this is no good, we don't like it, then that's what they'll do. Or they'll know about it and ignore it. and let people have fun with it. We'll see what they do. I don't think they're aware of it yet. Look at these 2 barriers in middle. Get rid of one. T-crash second one. There we go. Very good build for this. Overload pushes. Watch this with Lionfish. Lionfish destroys. It destroys this fusion. Riptide replacement. And it does way more damage than Riptide because, well, it's Edge of Fate weapon. 2 barriers in top mid. Flying enemies are getting weak here. Whip out the LMG a little bit. Barricade for the overshield. Saves our life. If you still have the conquest to do for Battleground Delve, you could whip out this build and it would absolutely serve the run and you'd be able to do it. You would definitely still be able to do it. It wouldn't be in 15 minutes though. A Battleground Conquest takes at least 40 minutes solo. Any run at all. Pretty much any run. Because Battleground Conquest Delve has much more tank enemies. Look at how much we destroy. Look at how quickly we destroy those Rivens there with the Scout and Barricade. This is the equivalent of what a Destiny 1 Scout was. Although saying that, Destiny 1 Scouts weren't... I mean, sometimes they were destroying bosses in D1. We had small arms and there was a time of place when we was using Jade Rabbit to destroy bosses. That's the only time I can remember a Scout being that powerful in D1. But this is just nuts, man. I mean, look at that. One shot and an Ultra. This Scout is not mid at all. If you... Like, people were telling me yesterday, like, right, that this Scout was mid. And I'm like, where are you at with that philosophy? If a Scout rifle one-shots a champ with 1 bullet, and you tell me that the Scout's rifle is mid, you are definitely showing to me red flags. Number 1, you haven't tested the weapon. Number 2, you didn't watch the clips. And number 3, you looked at the thumbnail and said that, okay, you're not talking right. That's all you did, but you didn't dive deeper. The people that dive deeper into it and then message me saying, I think this is bugs, well, those people watch the video and understand the game and understand that this is definitely not intended damage. So when you say this Scout's mid, there's no way that you're saying that. You're just trolling. You're just trying to troll me. That's all you're doing. It's fine. You don't need to. It's okay. You can troll me. It doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. I'm unaffected by it. Watch this. Boom. Send the boss right away. Redirection stacks. Do you see that? Do you see that strategy there? 10 red bars middle. Kill the red bars middle. Hit the boss. Send the boss away. And that's how we strategize. Watch this. 3 ultra VIP servitors. Watch the melt. Aim down sights, rocket, there you go, micro rocket. Add spawn in mid, that's 1 servitor down, let's get number 2, micro rocket ADS, boom, look at the damage with Temporal Blast. Then I have a T-crash for 3rd servitor. I'm speedrunning this bit now. I'm going to try and go through it quickly. T-crash the 3rd servitor, there we go, get rid of him. Then there's the final, the fallen boss. I'm going to DPS on top of the Hydra's box. Let's get rid of the champ first because he's going to annoy me. Not now, he's not. Look at the base damage of the Scout though. I want you to look at the base damage of the Scout. It's not just about the micro rocket. Look at the base damage it's doing. It's doing rather well on the base damage. So even like say they get rid of Temporal Blast or they remove it, this Scout would still be very good actually. Yeah, if we actually look at its base damage. I know it's getting buffed by hypercritical, but even without hypercritical, this Scout's doing tremendous amounts of damage regardless of that. This video is just a culmination of all the damage buffs possible basically on the gun. We're just stacking everything because I want to show this Scout in best possible light. But I'm telling you, it's still going to be good without a lot of these buffs. The only thing is, without redirection, it will start to heal. Yeah, so we are in a redirection meta, so embrace it. Because we haven't really ever been in a redirection meta until now. It's never been... I mean, redirection, there's been some times when it's been pretty good. But it's always been awkward to proc, not now. The buff to redirect, look at that. 2 barriers, boom, done, finished. Can't even commentate on it. So take advantage. It's not only the scout that's got redirection, it's the rocket sidearm as well. T-crash the Riven here, middle. And then we've got 2 overloads. I'm going to use Lionfish. Just watch this. There we go. We get nice jolt. Lionfish just melts both. That's why I've got Lionfish on. Just for the overloads, just to melt them. Look at the LMG. Let's just get more down all those ads in middle. Now watch this damage. Barrier rounds, piece of shield. Boom, look at that. Look at that, that's crazy. And we're still sending the boss. Look at this. We could kill him, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get extra points and kill the Rivens. Riven's half HP already. Behind my barricades. That one barricade nearly killed a boss and a Riven. In a short space of time. Yeah, but I'm just going to kill the remaining ads for extra skill, for extra points, just to round out the run, right? But I could just kill the boss right now. This Riven pushed me quite hard. I didn't even have void resist on. I had double arc resist on. That's why the Riven was melting me. Because I forgot to put void resist on, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, that was a solo GM with this rocket scar rifle build. Hunters can do Mask of Bakris with a high weapon stat. Warlocks can do Song of Flame with a high weapon stat. And that's basically the builds that you would do for this Rocket Scout. Rock high weapon stat, 150 minimum. 150 minimum for this, and you'll have a good time. Hope you enjoy, thank you.